Max Holloway claimed his 14th consecutive victory at featherweight in the headline of UFC 240 in Alberta, Canada over the weekend, outpointing Frankie Edgar, who has now accumulated over 7 hours of fight time in the UFC cage. The champion looked enormous and used his extra length perfectly, touching Edgar up with searching jabs and teeth-rattling uppercuts. The challenger did his best to work his patented takedown game, but couldn't close the distance in the cage or on the judges' cards. In the co-main event, Chris Cyborg discovered that Felicia Spencer's chin is made of some kind of titanium diamond composite, but still managed to win all 3 rounds in what might be her final fight with the UFC. UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping has been doing the interview rounds lately to promote his new autobiography. And when asked whether he's interested in Mayweather fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov, summed up all our thoughts.
Not really, but I would watch it for sure. Yeah, you know, I'd definitely tune in and watch it. You know, Mayweather would win. We all know that, but it's always interesting to see somebody at the top of mixed martial arts take on a boxer. You know. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
In the boxing, UK heavyweight Dillian Whyte has been put in a confusing situation by a reported positive drug test. Usually, this would trigger immediate suspension. But the UK anti-doping group, who reported the finding, then cleared him to fight Oscar Rivas shortly after. Dillian Whyte was not suspended by anybody, and the British Boxing Board of Control approved him to box, Whyte's promoter Eddie Hearn said. Whyte went on to win the fight and claimed the WBC interim heavyweight title, putting him within spitting distance of a big payday against WBC champion Deontay Wilder. It is unclear what penalties he may suffer, if any. He was also being tested by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, who reported no adverse findings. Dillian's B sample has yet to be tested to confirm the initial positive. And Deontay Wilder has weighed in on Anthony Joshua's plans to fight a rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr., advising his former nemesis not to take the fight immediately. While this initially seemed like free advice, Wilder may have tipped his hand by then suggesting that he might be the best opponent for the new unified champion, in what would be a historic bout to crown the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. We'll see what happens, but what if Ruiz Jr. and Joshua don't fight, Wilder told ESPN. If they don't take the rematch, then we'll be looking forward to Ruiz Jr. jumping into a unification bout. And the world of fight sports is in mourning over 2 boxing deaths in the last week. Russian Maxim Dedyshev and Argentinian Hugo Sandala both died due to injuries suffered in the ring, highlighting the risks taken by everyone who chooses a career as a fighter. UFC 240 saw performance bonuses go to Jeff Neal and local Canadian Hakeem Dawodu for their stoppage victories, while Davison Figueiredo and Alexandra Pantoja took fight of the night for their punch-happy slugfest. And in the boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis remained undefeated with a second-round stoppage of Ricardo Nunez. Jose Ramirez unified 2 belts at 140 pounds with a scintillating 6 rounds over Maurice Hooker. And Tevin Farmer outpointed Guillaume Frenois to win his mandatory. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.